figured out the folding mirror thing already. There was a setting inside. Let's see if we can get this thing started in electric mode. Seatbelt goes on. Press brake. Choose what we want to do. All right, now we could choose shuttle or stealth. We're gonna choose stealth, and then we hit start. So this car, it has ventilated seats, not cooled seats. So the AC is not running through the seats, it's ventilated. There's a setting in the car, depending on the temperature on here, the cool seats turn on, and in the winter, if it's cold, the heated seats turn on for you, which I thought it was cool. All right, well, we're on. I guess we could hit reverse. And then you hear the speaker. It's up there somewhere. It's like humming. You gotta have your seatbelt on to get to the electric part though. Come on. Memory seats. You have 1, 2, and then you have an exit one. My Lotus didn't have that. Hello. The last time I put for the air on in electric mode, the gas power started. But I want to drive it a little bit like this. I'll put both windows down so we can hear this thing humming. It just started right up. At 15 miles an hour it started up. So I guess if you hit it too aggressively, it turns on. I was in my mode. Talk about my mode in a minute. So from what I've seen online with the Corvette guys, is like if you have a Stingray, boo, it's the base model. If you have an E-Ray, they think they're better than the Z06 guys. Z06 guys think they're better than the E-Ray. If you have a ZR1, they think they're better than the Z06 guys and the E-Ray guys. And then if you have a ZR1X, you're better than the ZR1 guys. I'm like, yo, GM gave you something for everybody. The Stingray was more than enough for me. The only thing was, I wanted the wide body. That's it. I wanted those hips. That's it. That's what I wanted. And the E-Ray, the hybrid part of it, I thought this was an electric car a year and a half ago. So when I started shopping for the Lotus, I realized this wasn't. I still chose the Lotus because it was different. But when it came time to switching out, I wanted the hybrid. That's it. If you really look into what the hybrid is all about, you will be satisfied with this car 100%. The hybrid part of this car has been really misunderstood. This is not a Toyota. You're not plugging this car in. It does it on its own. It's there for performance. So I think if you really dive into it like I did, you'll be really impressed with this car. You'll be wanting this car. The ZR1X, the Grand Sport X is gonna be absolutely great. E-Ray, misunderstood. Look at them tires, the wheels. Oh my God. I'm in love with those wheels. Easy to clean, carbon ceramic brakes. Now that I bought one brand new, you're starting to see the used prices on the E-Ray go down a little bit. They got a couple really nice specs, 24 and 25s out there available right now. So if you're looking for an E-Ray in the used market, you could get a good deal on one for sure. Today I was playing around with some of the modes. There's two modes that I quite didn't understand, Z mode and my mode, but we've kind of figured it out. You got this button here, Z mode, and that mode pretty much lets you play around with the engine shift, the engine sound, and then it gives you kind of like all the brake feel. My mode, you can't do the shifting part of it, but on Z mode you can. You go in here, in my mode, you can pretty much stay in touring mode, and then you can pick what you want, like your steering. If you want it to be track steering, then you have track suspension, and you can get the brake feel here, and then you got your engine sound there. The difference between Z mode and my mode: Z mode, once you shut the car off, it resets to touring. If you have it on my mode, you can restart the car on my mode, and if you have all those settings set somehow how you like them, when you use the remote, it will stay on that setting. That's the cool part about my mode. I have the front lift already set for my driveway, but once I start getting near, this thing will start lifting up on its own. You'll see it here. Auto raising due to location. That's because I'm by the driveway already. So I've already set this. Now eventually it just goes down by itself. 500 locations you could do that with. You know, I don't know. I've never seen no other car do that. So I like that. I like that feature. On the touring mode, feels like a Cadillac. It feels floaty. But with my mode, you can fix all that stuff. You know, right here, steering, you could make it stiffer track, or you could leave it in sport. Over here you have the suspension. So here it feels floaty, you could put it there, and then the car is still in tour mode, but you could adjust all this stuff This is the brake feel, which I had it there, but it was really grabby. And then here you can pretty much do the exhaust sound, stealth, quiet, or you can bring it all the way up to track and it'll sound a little louder. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You can keep the car on touring, but you can kind of make it sound a little nicer, get the steering to your liking, which I like. You know, I know a lot of people hate the whole, you know, disengaging thing, but I guess if you're doing a trip, you're not like riding balls to the wall the whole time, like, ah, you're not racing. So it's cool that it does it, you know what I mean? That's why I say it was meant for me, not for everybody. That's why people went and bought the Z06. That thing is crazy. I wish I could have one too, man. But anyway, those things are awesome. But it was gonna be a little bit too much car for me. I feel like this is maybe a little too much car for me. A Stingray would have been perfect, but I wanted the all-wheel drive. So that's where I'm at. I could have waited for the Grand Sport X. That thing's not out yet. I don't know when it's coming out, but I got something that I wanted already, and I'm happy with this so far. Also got that heads-up display. It kind of, I don't know, I just haven't gotten used to it. I'm gonna play with it, but I gotta figure it out. Let me see, there you go. I don't know if you can even see it through the camera, but it's up there somewhere. Let me see, can I make it brighter? Brightness, that's all the way up already. So here you got the brightness, the height, because you could adjust this thing. Can you see it on the camera? I don't think you can. But anyway, and you can rotate it whichever side you want. I've been leaving it off. The one charger here, which I can't use because of the case on my phone, so I gotta take the phone out the case to use it, but I like that. And then you have the other charger here that everyone's complaining, like, how can you use it to go there? Do you have two chargers? You use this one for you, right, because you're the driver, and then this one is for your wife that sits there. She just leans over with her right hand and puts her phone there. That's it. Charger for you, charger for passenger. Very easy. But I'm impressed by the memory sheet because it has two settings and an exit one. I've always used the second one as my exit. I'm like, damn, I wish I had an exit button, you know, and they did it. And it has it over here too for the passenger. 1 or 2 passengers and an exit button. This I haven't taken off yet, which I want to. I want to experience that, taking off the top, see how difficult it is on my own. I've seen people do it by themselves, so I can't see it being an issue. Figured out today the performance thing. This is pretty cool because you can tap on this and then add to driver display, and we'll add it onto the left side there where I have the date and time and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. You can choose to do G-force, whatever you want to add over there, you can. You could always reset it and take that away. Aside from moving these, you could take these, and if you hold them down, you can move them too. You can replace them. You can move them around, map, see? So if you want to take that out, you can put it up here. That's also something I learned today. And now understand why there's so many damn C8s out on the road. The hype is real. I'm gonna leave it in my mode, so when I start the car with the remote, it'll sound louder. And then I know I'm in my mode because I have that little guy with the steering wheel there. Oh, don't mind if I do. I'm not a Corvette guy channel. I don't only do Corvette. I just bought a Corvette, so I'm introducing it into the channel. I know some of you have subscribed. You might be disappointed, but I like to ride motorcycles. And that's kind of how I started the channel, on a Can-Am Ryker on 3 wheels. I went on to 2 wheels, and then I moved up here to Delaware. And I bought a Lotus last year because I needed a car. It was cold. I can't ride in the winter. And that's how we ended up with the Corvette.